Hey, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Latoya and welcome to video number 3 of my sewing series. I have updates. We have a lot to talk about. First of all, we leave for this trip in 4 days. I am nowhere near ready. But I'm going to persist. Nevertheless, she will persist. I want to take you all through a couple of days of sewing and just show you all what it looks like to be a beginner and struggling. I'm just gonna call it what it is, okay? In this video, I work on the sailaway dress and the Bloma tank, both of which gave me hell. I had to do so many adjustments, so many fittings, so many revisions. It was really something, but it is a chatty and sewing heavy vlog. And because of that, I wanted to walk you through it. So the last time I saw you, I was going into book club. We read Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It was really good. We had a great conversation. I did also have that banana bread. It was delicious. I love this recipe and I will put it in the description box because I've made it several times and it is good every single time. After that, I traced out my pattern pieces for the sailaway dress because I knew I was gonna have to make adjustments and I didn't want to mess with the original pieces. And then it was time to face my fears and do this full bust adjustment. I had been avoiding it for several days at this point because it was my first time doing a full bust adjustment on a princess seamed garment. And I was just scared. I was just scared. I did not know what I was doing. I sat down and watched at least 6 or 7 YouTube videos. I read it in all of the sewing books that I have. And I just was like, let's do it. So I traced, I cut, I trimmed, I did everything that I needed to do and ultimately got the thing done. And that's where this video starts. Let's go and see what happened after I did my very first full bust adjustment. That was hard. That was hard. I don't know if this is right. So I needed to do a 2-inch full bust adjustment, which meant 1 inch on each side. So I added an inch to this thing. Do you see how chopped and screwed this looks? Do you see that? Yeah. This is muslin fabric. It's the fabric that you use to basically do test trials. So I'm going to fold her in half, making sure that I'm paying attention to my grain line. I probably should iron this, honestly. Yeah, I should iron that. If you cut wrinkled fabric, you're basically asking for trouble. So I'm gonna iron it and then I'll come back. I know I kind of just rushed that, but I am about to join my entrepreneur, solopreneur creatives group. We have a group coaching call, like office hours / group coaching. I don't know if I'll get to be coached. We'll see how many people are there. But if not, I do have a coaching session next week, Wednesday. So I'm not too worried about getting coached or not. But let's join the call and see what happens.
Hi, Latoya.
Hi.
Hi, my
Hello.
Hey.
I also do like to pause and say like together. So if you also feel or hear something where you're like, oh, like
Okay, coaching is over. I did end up getting coaching. I was put on the spot, had to pretend I was recording a video in front of everyone. Way to force some growth, hey? Anyway, let's get back to cutting. I got 1 piece out. I have 5 more pieces to go. Try to keep the grain line as straight as possible. Every pattern piece has been cut out. We will deal with that tomorrow. The second to last thing I'm gonna do tonight is set up my lamp. Remember, I got this at Walmart yesterday. I did not set it up. So I'm thinking it's gonna go here. Let's see, shall we? Hell no. That barely does a damn thing. Yeah, I need a different light bulb. For one, I feel like it needs to be higher. I feel like the light needs to be coming from like up here. For 2, it's just giving warmth. It's not really giving light. It is what it is. Okay. It's 8:30 p.m. I'm gonna do one more thing. I've had an extremely productive day, okay? But I feel alive enough to do one more thing. I have the pieces for the front part of the Bloma tank, and I'm going to tape this up and cut this out. And then tomorrow we'll do the adjustments that need to be made on this. And then we'll cut it out and we'll test it. I'm gonna wrap it here. I'm gonna go tape, watch TV, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Happy Friday. I can't believe this week is almost over. I am headed into career day. It's virtual, so I'm just waiting for them to let me in the meeting room. Yeah, this will be done in 2 hours. We have to go back to Walmart because that lamp did not work out. I'm back. I always forget like how to start these things or like what to say when I'm starting a portion of the vlog. It's always like, hey guys. Like, okay, girl. All right, it is 12:05 and I am done with career day. It was very cute, very fun. The kids actually asked a ton of questions. It was middle schoolers, which I was like, ooh, do middle schoolers care about career day? I don't know. But they had lots of questions. We had a good conversation and I presented to like 4 different classes. So it was good. That's it. That's the update. It's a beautiful day, but it is still cold in Chicago. I literally have a hoodie on. Chicago, I'm going to need you to get it together, okay? I deserve better than this. I truly do. This is insane. Ladies pants. She got a lot of pretty boys. It is time to get started on this dress. We are going to work on the bodice. I took out all of the pieces. They're cut and ready to go. We're going to make both of the bodices, one with the adjustment, one without the adjustment, just because I want to see if I even need it. I'm sure I do, but I'm going to try it anyway. I also wanted to show you guys, I did go back to Walmart today. I went in there. It was super busy. I was like, I just want to get out. You know, when you go into the store and you're just immediately overwhelmed? That was me. So I did end up getting a different lamp. And you may laugh at me for this lamp because it is the most old school lamp I could have found, but I just need practical at this point. I literally don't care. So I got College Dorm Room Lamp 101, but I got it in brown. Gives it a little je ne sais quoi. I like it because it has 2 light sources and it's tall. This is 6 feet tall. That's taller than me. And remember, I need something tall. So I kind of want to set this up now, actually. Are you guys too far away? Hell yeah. Too far away. Where are the scissors? Oh. One thing about me, I'm gonna lose scissors. Why is this shit bent? Walmart, you know what? It's fine. All right. Let's see what she's giving, shall we? It works. Okay. I think it's, ooh, whoa. I think it's perfect. I like this part because I can angle it towards the machine while I'm working. I need to figure out if I can fit it in this corner. I'm gonna do some shimmying and then I'll bring y'all back. We have a lamp for this dark corner, finally. My little sewing studio. Isn't she so cute? These are all of my fabrics, which have been kind of piling up over here as well. I keep all of my toile fabric in a different closet. This is interfacing. These are my patterns, some crochet yarn, books that I'm reading right now. These are all of my sewing tools, some technology. This has scraps in it. And like I said, that's all fabric, printer. This is like my main calendar for everything that I have going on in my entire life. Some quotes that keep me going. And then all of these are pictures of my family and friends. If you are on here, I love you. I love you so much if you are on this wall. And if you're not, I probably just need to print out some more pictures. And then in this side, I have more sewing tools, notions, tape, bias tape, elastic, marking tools, cutting tools, fray check, like all of the extra things that you need. And then obviously my sewing machine, my table and my chair. This chair is awful. I need to get something that's going to support my back. And then of course, all the way up here, we have my vision board for the year. And this is all art that I have made personally. That's the studio. She's cute, she's tiny, but she is mighty. So we're gonna get started. I have thoughts. Let me get into it. So I just put the side front onto the front, and I have heard before that you do need to ease princess seam. So essentially you need to kind of like make a longer piece of fabric fit on a shorter piece of fabric. Easiest way to put it, right? But I don't know how you do that. Also, I just realized okay. So I was clearly lined up wrong, because do you see how that's not that's not even? That's probably where that extra fabric was supposed to go. Cause if you can see these like little pleats in the fabric, that's because there's extra fabric there and I didn't know how to ease it. Sir, I may need to watch a video about that. I'm going to try it again on the other side. Actually, I think I'm gonna unpick it and try it again. Okay, I've repinned, I think positioning it the correct way, and I'm going to try it again. I'm just gonna do it like this, and then I will look up how to do a princess seam later. Saturday, it is 6:12. I have not sewn a single thing. Do you know that today and tomorrow are the last days that I have to sew 2 more projects? So, yeah. I don't know. I spent the morning in bed reading. Oh, speaking of, this is what I'm reading. Heart the Lover by Lily King. Good. That's all I can say right now. Good. I'm on page 37. By page 13, I was locked in. I was like, oh, this is going to be a good book. We're reading this for book club, and it's good. Earlier today, we actually went to the mall. We needed to buy some things, including something important for sewing, actually. I went to Soma and I got 2 new bras. I got one traditional bra and one strapless bra because I'm gonna be making some things, right? And I need a proper fitting bra. Let me put the bodice on and then we'll talk about what needs to happen, okay? I will show you all what it looks like. Mango, please, get out. This is what she looks like, okay? I'm gonna move my hand. This is the fit. There's extra space right here. There's hella space right here. And it comes up super high on my neck. But honestly, for a first start, not bad. Like I said, this is with no modifications, just the pattern straight out of the box. And it does have extra spacing, which is a sign that you need a bust adjustment. So basically, I'm gonna do version 2. This is version 1. Pattern as it is, no modifications to the bust. I'm gonna sew up the one with the modifications and then we'll look at it and we'll see what looks good. I also know that the the neckline has to come down. I'm gonna have to scoop this out because your girl, it's like, okay. Hey, I'm very excited about this because it fits. The full bust adjustment worked. It fits like a glove. Do you see how perfectly, I mean, look. And I put on a skirt that kind of will mimic the gathering. Oh My gosh. Oh, and I haven't even shown you out the back yet. Hold on. Look at the back. I'm very pleased. I'm very, very pleased. I just did my first successful full bust adjustment on a princess seam garment. Right now it is 8:23 p.m. I actually just made a cup of decaf coffee because it has some caffeine in it, a little bit of caffeine, not too much. And here's the plan. I'm going to do some research on what I can do about this, what I should do about this, and I'm going to trim the neckline down on the pattern piece. The foundation was good, okay? I just needed to make a little tweak, and I'm not mad at that. So I will talk to you guys in a few. It is 10:47 and I'm pretty much done with the full bust adjustment on the Bloma pattern. Once I true up this dart, then I need to bring the side seam in by the amount that was added in the full bust adjustment, which was an inch. Sewing is quite literally STEM. Like, it's science, it's technology, it's, what does the E stand for? Engineering, mathematics, sewing. It has it all. I love it. Hi, it is Sunday. It is 1:15 p.m. I like to give timestamps just so you know where we are, where things are happening, what's going on. I stayed up until almost 3 a.m. last night. That coffee, yeah, bad idea. Bad idea. I probably should not have done that, but it is what it is. I took it slow this morning. I washed my hair, I cleaned, I did home things, and now it is time to work on this sewing project. So I want to give you guys an update on what we have going on. Last night, we made the full bust adjustment for the Bloma tank, which is here. The new pattern piece is here. This pattern looks big. I am nervous that I may have overdone it. We are going to see what it looks like. I have a lot to get done in a little bit of time. So I'm just gonna take y'all with me. We're gonna get started on doing the Bloma tank. I'm wearing my quarter zip that I made with the piping. It's so comfortable, it's so cute. Okay, so this is the pattern piece. Looks like this. These lines right here, the black dotted lines, those are the dart legs. So I'm gonna cut one, fold it under, and then I'm going to trace the size of the dart, and I'm going to use that line to pin it. This is a heat erasable pen. It is by Friction. I use this to make my markings, and then I erase it with the iron, and you can also erase it with this little eraser that comes on the pen. I think I just made a mistake. I need to think about this for a second. Hold on. Okay, I want to talk about something that happens to me in sewing all the time. And it's that I'm working on something, I'm doing a process, and then in my mind I think, oh no, am I doing this wrong? I think that just comes from a lack of experience and practice. I always have to double check every single step. There are some steps now that I've done enough that I know how to do. But for some reason, darts, I'm always like, wait, which way does the dart get folded? Because I have accidentally folded the dart on the outside of the garment instead of on the inside. And I have to try to remember that every time I do a dart. That's just the reality of sewing and learning as you go, pretty much. So I'm gonna do the other side, and then I will show you guys what it looks like to pin. All right, so now the dart legs are drawn on. You can see there, and you can see there. I'm going to pin them now. This line has to meet this line, and they need to be even. So I'm going to fold it. Can you even see? I'm going to fold it down and match it like this. You get me? So the lines are together, making sure they're lined up, edge to edge. And then I'm gonna put a pin in. When it comes to sewing, I know that I keep saying, oh, don't mind if this is bad, and you know, I'm trying my best, and I hope that makes sense, because I truly am humble in the face of sewing. I can see the things I'm good at. I can see the things I'm not good at. I can see the things I need to be working on. And I'm humble enough to say, hey, look, I'm not trying to show y'all how to do this. I'm just showing y'all how I'm doing it. Mistakes and all, okay? Because the mistakes are real. That dart is pinned. And we are going to take it from here inward. Here's the top. I did not put the armbands or the neckband on. I just wanted to try on the bodice. It obviously fits. I definitely have more room in the bust area. My darts are not curved, and I think you can tell they're kind of like bunching up a little bit. So I will probably have to take those out and actually figure out how to do a curve. In terms of fit up here, I think it looks good. There is a lot of extra fabric here. So what I did was pinch it out and see how much it is. It's about 2 inches. I went back to my pattern piece and I took another inch off of the side at the waist. You can see that really dramatic curve there. And I think after I take in the sides a little bit more, I think it'll be good. Okay, I wanted to pop in here to talk more about my experience with the Bloma tank because I learned a lot doing this. I learned about choosing your size and how important it is to choose the right size, knowing the difference between a sewing B cup and a sewing D cup versus a bra D cup. Who knew that there was a difference? I sure didn't. I learned how to manipulate darts, lowering darts, angling darts. I learned how to do a full bust adjustment on a darted bodice, a full bust adjustment on a non-darted bodice. I had to grade between sizes. There was a lot. And then I got to the point where I thought I had it. I got the thing down. It's good enough. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. Let me just cut it out in the fabric and just try it. That orange fabric that I wanted to use, this is not the right fabric. It's thick, it's sturdy, it's not the right fabric. I also made this one, not the right fabric, has no stretch. Negative ease. Yeah, let me show you what this looks like. So when the orange one didn't work out, I thought I was in the clear because I had this pink and white fabric that was supposed to be stretchy. It is not. Why did I think it was a knit? I don't know. Why did I continue to cut it even though I felt that it didn't have much stretch to it at all? I don't know. But here we are. I didn't put the armbands on, didn't put the neckband on because this is tight. This is tight, okay? It's cute, I guess, but it's not the right size and I can't wear this. So I still haven't decided what I'm gonna do about that. I'm just gonna put the Bloma tank off until the end. I have several other knit fabrics that I can cut out, but I just cannot bring myself to make another Bloma tank right now. I have made at least 6. I cannot make another one. So we'll come back to it. And in the next video, I will show you what that came out to be. So here's what I've done. I have brought the seams in 3/4 of an inch instead of 1/2 an inch. I still think I can come in a little bit more, but I will do that on the next iteration. But that just kind of gave me some like shaping and smoothing right here. I brought up the bodice 3/4 of an inch as well. That's where we are. I am happy with these revisions. I will trace all of that off onto the patterns. I said that I was going to do this earlier. I need to take this down. So I'm just going to draw. And on the pattern piece, I'm going to trim it so that it comes down. Those are all of the revisions. I am so happy with this fit. I'm just very happy. I'm very happy with this. There was a moment just now that I did not film where I was under the impression that I did not have enough fabric. I had a mini freak out, just a mini one, very small, and then immediately got up and laid that fabric out and laid out these pattern pieces and made sure I had enough, and I do. This is the midi length, and there's a mini length. I want a length in between both, which means I need to take off 7 inches from this piece. And I was like, taking off 7 inches feels like a lot at the length and shortened line. I'm nervous about that. Let me consult my handy dandy textbook, The Reader's Digest, Complete Guide to Sewing. So that's what they're saying, to bring the top part down however many inches you need. And that is how you decrease in length in a skirt pattern. So I'm going to do that. On the pattern piece, there is a length and shorten line. So I'm going to cut right there, and then I'm going to bring the top down by 7 inches. And then I have to true the side seams of that. And that's what I'm kind of nervous about. I don't know how you do that. So I might need to look that up on YouTube. Welcome back. I am on a stream right now. I'm watching a couple of my sewing buddies make the Giselle shirt. Let me show you guys what they're doing. So we're on a YouTube stream, just hanging out, watching them sew. And I was like, you know what? Let me get my sewing done because I still have to do that. So let me update you on what's been going on. Last night, I cut out the sailaway dress. So I cut out the pattern and I'm going to sew it up basically entirely. And what I think I will do is once that is done, that's for the fit, right? So I'm just like testing to make sure everything looks good in the actual fabric. I still haven't tested the skirt, so I want to see what those gathers look like and everything. If that comes out well and it looks good, I'm going to use that as my lining. So I'm going to do that tonight. And I'm also going to work on the Bloma tank part 3. Have I told y'all how much I love sewing? And you know, a huge part of it is because of the community aspect early on, and I'm still so grateful to myself for doing this. I immediately put myself in a position to be with other people sewing because I took that introduction to sewing class, beginner sewing class. My instructor, who I'm still like, gonna see her in a couple of weeks. She's actually making me a jacket, so I need to show you guys that. She told me about the sewing club, and then through the sewing club, I've met all these other people like on Instagram now. So it's just, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. As if I didn't love sewing on its own, the community aspect just makes it so much better. Okay, you made it to the end of the vlog, and I just want to show you all what that sailaway dress actually looked like. I still don't have the final version done. I'm still working on it, but it will be done before we leave on Thursday. So this is the 3rd toile that I made of this dress, and I think this one is wearable, but I want you to look at it and let me know what you think. Isn't it so cute? Oh my God. Isn't it so cute? Like, what are we talking about? Look at the back. This came out great. I'm glad I did another toile because I do want to make the armholes come out a little bit, Wasn't expecting it to go in that far, but that's a small tweak, small, easy change. Okay guys, so now that you've seen the dress, what do you think? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love this dress. I think it looks beautiful. It was worth it. This is a lesson in believing in yourself. This is a lesson in doing hard things and being okay with figuring it out, being okay with making mistakes, and just being persistent. It's worth it. It's worth it. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I have one more sewing video and then we are going on vacation. If you want to see more real-time updates, follow me on Instagram at LaToya. That's where I post pretty much every single day. So if you want to see what's tea, go over there, okay? I will see you all in my next video. Thank you again for watching. Bye.